And that's 55, so I'm gonna get started. Continue. Might give us a rerun if I remember. Oh. Oh yeah, episode 2. Previously on The Last Door. Wakefield and Kaufman followed the only clue they had on Devitt's location. The recipient of Anthony's disturbing letter, Alex Dupre. Last episode, I decided I wasn't going to try to pronounce Alexandre or Durr's name because I didn't know what was the correct pronunciation. So, he's Alex. Wakefield visited the East Hill Asylum to gather some information on Dupre's past. Wakefield discovered that Dupre was the leader of a secret society known as the Playwright. He learned that they practiced rituals with the goal of peering through the veil, the line that separates the common world from an outer void full of horrors. One of East Hill's patients turned out to be a member of the Playwright, but she escaped the asylum. Wakefield and Kaufman followed her to her hideout, a cabin in the mountains, when suddenly a big flock of birds appeared. So, for your information, in this game, crows... Oh, I must forget nothing. Crows are basically like shorthand for like the main eldritch horror. Everything must be set. When the time comes, and I am visited again, so yeah, it'll usually start with a bit of like a cold open like that, where we play as someone who will be important later. As you might have guessed from that as well, this is very much in the style of like a point-and-click adventure game, which are one of my favorite types of games. For a moment, the sky was dark. We heard the calls of 1,000 birds, but another sound rose above them, a sound I cannot describe. What? Dots. What just happened in here? Where is Miss Kone? We are too late. It is Ashes. Oh, she got snapped. It's Endgame up in here. Dots. The one before Endgame? Infinity War. Yeah. Chalk. A circle drawn hastily on the floor. She thought it could prevent what she knew was about to happen. But she was wrong. The windows are covered with wooden planks. It looks as if she were trying to keep someone from entering. Or something from getting out. I do not know what to make of all this. I do. So Kaufman is kind of like our guy who is on the inside. He's got this spiritual, supernatural knowledge, I think. Are you alright, Kaufman? It is nothing, mein Freund. Just a bit of a cold. He's also... So I switched from one game with German co-helper Clavier to this game with German co-helper Kaufman. Now, mein Freund, I think we should talk. In light of the events we have recently witnessed, the matter cannot be delayed any further. You must make an important decision. It is not yet too late to go back to our daily lives. If you do not want to continue, you must forget all about your patient, Jeremiah Devitt. You will have to keep to yourself everything you have learned about the mystery of his disappearance, and never talk about it again. But should you wish to continue the search, you will need to accept the consequences, whatever they may be. Please do not take this decision lightly. The path ahead is not without peril. You know my answer already, Kaufman. I must know what happened to Devitt. So be it then. As you may have already realized, this matter involving your patient transcends the limits of psychiatry as we know it, which isn't saying much. This is like Victorian era psychiatry, so really shot the moon there. We are not dealing with the effects of trauma or the demons of the subconscious, at least not in the terms we are used to. We are dealing with something old, something dark. Yeah, I'm bad at pronunciation. Please be aware of that. A sinister truth has been buried deep for generations. This man, Alex Dupre, and his organization, I think they seek to uncover these secrets, and I fear they might have already. Miss Kone's fate, whatever it was, must be related somehow, but my knowledge of this area is simply not sufficient. We must pay a visit to an old friend, someone I never thought I would want to see again. The man who introduced me to the extended scientific field of the occult. My mentor, Professor Adam Wright. Oh my goodness, there's another Wright. Season 2, Episode 2, My Dearest Visitor. Alright, we're in Wickport, which is probably a real place. I am also terrible at geography. My knowledge is very limited in all fields. I doubt he is away at this time of day. Perhaps he cannot hear us from the front. Let us try the back door. Miss Oakwood, she is the manor's housekeeper. Yo, what's up? Yes, who is it? Good morning, Miss Oakwood. Don't you remember me? It's your boy. Why, Dr. Kaufman, bless my soul. It's been so long I hardly recognize you. How nice to see you again. Allow me to introduce my colleague, Dr. John Wakefield. Is the professor at home? We would like to see him. Why, yes, Doctor, of course. I am quite forgetting myself. Let me take you to him. It is really good of you to come. He receives so few visitors these days on account of his condition. That's ominous. His condition. Oh, sir, I am right sorry. I thought you knew. The professor, he suffers from an ailment afflicting his brain. He is now entirely confined to his bed. Uh-oh. Well, our lead... Wait, is that the man in the mines? Sometimes it's hard to distinguish the pixel figures. Like, in the last episode, they had a picture, and they're like, here's all the men who were in my infantry. This is the captain. And I was like, I can't tell any of these people apart. Professor Wright, you have visitors. One of them is your old friend. Look, do you recognize him? It is Johann, Professor, your old pupil. I reckon he does remember you, Johann. It has been a long time since I have seen him so excited. I will leave you two to talk to the professor. It may be difficult to keep him on one subject for long, but oh, does it him such a word of good to speak with old friends. Should you need my assistance, I will be in the backyard. When you walkin', she leavin'. Professor? Uncle James, you are back. Uh-oh. It is I, Professor, Johann Kaufman. Where is father? Where has he been taken? That's... He suffers from some kind of memory loss. Yes, I am afraid he will not tell us much in this state. Oh, see you soon. If we could stimulate his memories, maybe then he could tell us of his research. Something to unravel the mysteries of the playwright. Perhaps. We have few other options in any case. Let us try. Why don't you explore the manor? There may be some object we can use to jog the professor's memory. Meanwhile, I will try and talk to him about the time we researched together. That could also help him remember. Why don't you try to find some object that the professor may have kept as a memento? Meanwhile, I will try telling him about the years we spent researching together. Please, Professor, talk to me. Professor Wright? Father, why must you spend so much time away? Father. Oh, that's... I don't think you staying would have done a whole lot of difference, but it's the thought. A large wardrobe of engraved wood. Well, time to find the secret room in his house. It is locked. The sign on the door reads attic. Okay, attic's a good place to start. An engraving on paper. The script is from a language unknown to me. A painting of the ocean at the end of the afternoon. There is a figure in black on the beach, but its face is shrouded by a hood. I can assume these pictures might not be important right now. I'm gonna skip them. Alright. Bathroom. A common radiator, if I need to heat something up. A large porcelain tub, its hefty weight supported on 4 blackened iron feet. A thin ring of damp residue around its interior suggests recent use. Hey, can I turn that? Nope. So, though I see myself in the mirror, the reflection is strangely distorted. Okay, that's gonna be important for later, almost definitely. It won't open. I don't like that. Why won't it open? Gonna have to go in through the window. A portrait of Professor Wright. His appearance was quite different back then. An imposing, inquisitive figure. Alright. Into this room. Which leads to more rooms. It is locked. So many locked rooms. So little time. Let's see. Another door. I'm gonna check these out. Various ingredients. A stove. A cast iron wood stove. A bread oven. And glass jars filled with spices and pickled food. Alright, so nothing here important. A door is locked shut. A small sign reads basement. Okay, so I'll have to get into the basement and attic. But currently, I am prevented. Oh, Miss Oakwood. May I ask you something, Miss Oakwood? Of course, Doctor. How did the professor become afflicted? The ailment runs in his family. Mr. Wright suffers from it, as did his father and grandmother before him. It is truly a terrible thing, and to think all these years Mr. Wright knew what would become of him. May God have pity on his poor soul. The ailment that runs in Professor Wright's family. Do you know what its symptoms are? Well, I can't speak those very long words physicians use, but I can tell you what I see in him. Professor Wright hardly remembers a thing from the last 40 years. It is like he is a child again. With God's mercy, it has now gone so far that it torments him no longer. I will leave you to your work. Thank you for your assistance. Have a good day, Dr. Wakefield. So, okay, he has dementia or Alzheimer's. A thick layer of ice covers the pool of water. This oak tree looks ancient, probably older than the manor itself. Ooh, secret path. Oh, graveyard. A statue portrays a clergyman, hiding his face behind a mask. As the clergy does. The queen has removed her mask. There is an empty hole where her face should be. Ooh, spooky. Interesting. The central statue portrays a cloaked figure holding a clay vessel. The vessel has a small hole in it, just large enough to see a metal object hidden inside. Give me. Alright. So I can't just have it. I must puzzle it out. This statue portrays a peasant woman with her face hidden by a mask. The sage has removed his mask. There is an empty hole where his face should be. So, alright, I'm either going to need to get them new faces. A stiff tree almost seems like a statue itself. I'm either gonna need to get them new faces, or I'm going... Oh wait, does that have a... When the four remove their masks of lies, the path to the grave will be cleared. So how do I remove their masks? Is the question. And I will have to figure that out. But now we have a puzzle. So, always a good thing. Sets me up on a good path. Wait, that's a locked door. I can't get through there. Was this door also locked? It is locked. There we go. A sea landscape. Oh. A gilded pipe. It runs from the room at the end of the corridor to the room upstairs. Where'd this... A gilded pipe. It runs from the ground to the corridor. Cast... Where is this running from? I'm assuming to the fountain, but I'll keep that in mind. I feel like that's gonna be important. I wonder what room that's going to. Let's check out this. Alright, that opens. Oh, spooky. Professor Wright has an eclectic collection. I don't know what eclectic means. From old adventure novels to treatises on the occult sciences. Some of these titles, I believe, have been forbidden by the Crown. Ooh, look at Mr. Wright. Being a rebel. Being an absolute legend. A tin soldier. It looks to have been painted by hand. It commemorates some military campaign that I have not heard of. Give me. Could it hold some special significance to Professor Wright? Perhaps it will help stimulate his memories. I had it right the first time, and then I was like, what if I'm wrong? The fire burns fiercely, rendering the air thick and heavy in the room. A globe. The surface is extraordinarily detailed, judging by the strange shape of the continents. This must derive from fictional work, or some prehistoric era. Oh, a puzzle. I don't have the answer to this yet. Can I? No. Thought maybe one of the books would have given me an answer, but they don't. So I must search. It is locked. I can hear the racket of many birds on the other side. Well, that's a bad door. That's gonna be a jump scare door, so we're just gonna head in the other direction. We're gonna leave that jump scare door to its own devices for now. And we're going to go to this non-jump scare door. Look, it leads outside. What a nice outside door. I got no other places I can go yet, so... Ooh, something to look at. There's a strange ornament on the wall. I think I can move it. Gimme. Huh. I think... Oh, I forgot which one it started at. I think this is one that it wasn't. Let's see if that moves something outside. I'm thinking if it moves something, it very well likely moved one of these. Yes, wait. Yeah, okay, I think that hid I think that hit the sage's mask. Okay, so we need to look for these things. Which correlate to mask removal or wearing. Right? Yeah, look at that. Okay, so now I know what I gotta look for. So, this one moves the sage. Ooh, dog? Fierce line. Oh, damaged by the weather. A fierce lion damaged by the harsh weather. Its head is missing. Keep that in mind if I find a lion's head. Alright. So, a porcelain jar containing some dried branches. An antique ceiling lamp. Nothing too wild. Right. Trying to determine if these are important or not. I'm gonna first show... Forgot that's the attic. I'm gonna show the Professor the Soldier, see if that gets any reaction. I think we need more info before we can continue. Do you recognize this, Professor Wright? Sergeant Downing was sent to the front. The man that returned was not Sergeant Downing. My dearest visitor, he will know where to look. Oh, what a time we will have! Your visitor? What do you mean, Professor? He will have seen the map, and he will know the Book of Travels. The Book of Travels? Yes, yes, he will work it out. But it must not be too easy, no. But he will find the prize, I am sure. Prize? What on earth is he talking about, Kaufman? Something concealed. Something precious. In his addled state, could he have hidden away parts of his research? He was always a proud man. He would not easily have forgotten his most groundbreaking work. A sense of its grave importance, at least, would have remained. In his confusion, perhaps he has holed it away somewhere for this dearest visitor of his to find. Why don't you explore the manor? Perhaps something will relate to these latest ramblings. Meanwhile, I will continue my endeavors to revive his memory through conversation. So, I believe that means I need to solve that map puzzle. Unfortunately, I don't have any maps to use to determine this puzzle answer. So we're gonna see about that, how that goes. There's gotta be some sort of map somewhere. Oof. Alright. This is the part where you all find out I don't have that much intelligence. That door's locked. AC. Alright. I think perhaps the pictures were important. Let me check out this globe again. Because that's cliffs. This is so difficult to, like, read. But I'm assuming that maybe each of the pictures, I think, mentioned a landscape feature. So perhaps, starting at the end of the hall, working our way back, perhaps that will give us our answer. So that's a language unknown. Ocean. Alright, let me get something to write on. Look at me. What am I, an adventure game noob? Not getting something to write on? So we got ocean. I'm gonna put beach. It mentions the beach. That's medieval. That's unhelpful to me. An old stone tower. Stone tower. River plus church. Sea. Yeah, nothing important there. Maybe Miss Oakwood would have some info for us. Oh, wow, yeah, no. Professor Wright mentioned something. The Book of Travels. Do you know what that might be? Why, yes, Doctor. I know the story well, I do indeed. He often asks me to read it to him. The book should be in the library. Going through, writing down all these paintings for nothing. Like a fool. Wait. Did I take something from that oven? Oh, I thought I saw a grabby hand, and I was like, give me the items I want. Alright. So, book time. There's a large volume here, quite worn. It is an illustrated edition of the Travels of Marco Polo. Perhaps this is the Book of Travels that Professor Wright mentioned. There is a mark on one of the pages. We begin our journey by crossing the unforgiving desert. Always facing the setting sun, so west, sun rises in the east, sets in the west. Arrive at ocean. Follow the coast north in dear hope of reaching our home soon. It was not to be. The king of the land we traversed had declared war on the Great Khan, so we were forced to return as we had come. So south. We never returned in that bloody land again. We knew there was a port just a few miles to the south where we could find a boat. So go south more. South plus, if you will. Our sea voyage was short, as our sails billowed with the powerful southern winds. We reached the most eastern cape and landed there. Our backs to the sea, we marched forth and soon returned home. Oh my goodness, that was so many steps. Alright. Desert. West. Till you reach the ocean. Then north, then south. What? Oh. I was like, there's a button at the back, and that's just the note again. South plus. So you do south plus. Easternmost cape, wait. I may have goofed that. Okay, start at the desert. Right, okay, we start our journey by crossing the unforgiving desert, always facing the setting sun, so you're going west. At last we arrived at the site of the great ocean. We followed the coast north. It was not to be. We were forced to return as we had come. So go further south. Our backs to the sea, so you go east. Right. I'm like so close, I feel like, but I'm goofing something up. Maybe I'm going too far north. So like because I assume returning home means going back to this desert spot. I can't tell if like the sound of the click has any meaning. Yeah. Desert, west. Arrive at coast. Follow the coast north. Okay. So I was confusing the desert as where they go. No, they end in the top place because they couldn't reach it originally. See, I can sometimes work out puzzles. Yay! Oh, I've been forgetting to read. It is simply addressed to my dearest visitor, Kaufman needs to see this before it is opened. Kaufman, got a letter for you. Gonna go deliver that letter. Kaufman, I have a letter. Letter time. Time to give you this sealed letter. Kaufman, look. Kaufman, you're not gonna believe this. I found an envelope. It was hidden inside a globe that a strange mechanism opened. To my dearest visitor, let us see what is inside. Exactly. This is another part of an intricate riddle. But to what purpose? To conceal something, perhaps? Or just the last acts of a confused and drowning mind? No. Dude, we're dealing with a cult. Everything is riddles and over-the-top puzzles. I am increasingly of the opinion that this is some mental construct, some riddle conjured up by the professor's failing mind. He may not have understood what he hid. No, but you're dealing with occult and supernatural. Of course it's important. This guy is this guy is like, hey bud, there's a whole ton of supernatural stuff, and then it's like, yep, this is totally not at all motivated by cults or supernatural stuff. So, yeah. Like, those seeking wisdom must first know their own foolishness. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion to reveal what the cold eye of logic sees not. I'm gonna set the house on fire. Arson is the answer. But like, arson's always the answer, am I right? A riddle, and who would that visitor be? That is unknown to me, mein Freund. There is only one way to answer that question. If we can find the answer to the professor's riddle, perhaps we will be able to solve this mystery. We got another mystery on our hands, gang. Let's go in the van. My dearest visitor will find the prize, I have no doubt. Okay, see ya, Professor. See ya, Kaufman. Alright. So, I'm going to... Fire. Let me stand close to the fire. No. Wait. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion. Mirror. I need to somehow get hot water in this mirror. Reflect on yourself, said the riddle, and the cold eye of logic sees not. Could there be something here, hidden somehow? Alright, so I'm gonna need to get some heat up here. Probably steam the room. Or the radiator. How do I turn it on? I don't know how to turn it on, but... Oh, here's the pipes. So... I'm gonna go heat the stove that I think is below, which will hopefully get me some hot water. And using that hot water... Oh, Miss Oakwood, you're now baking. May I ask you something, Miss Oakwood? Of course, Doctor. Do you know, is the professor fond of puzzles or riddles? Indeed, yes. He has long been an enthusiast of every mind game you can imagine. I feel like I'm changing her voice every time we talk to her. But you know, it's fine. It's good. In better days, he would host parties every month. Theme soirees, he called them. Oh, those were good times. It seems long ago now. Well, that didn't help. Matchbox. There's a matchbox here. I need those. Yes. My means to arson. 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 Fire. The only thing that's true in this world. Alright. Now I'm gonna heat up this bathtub, I think. Or heat up something in this room. I mean, there's the pipe. Something's gotta allow me to heat it up in here. Maybe I'll just... Odd. I can't interact with any of that stuff. Still locked. So I can't even go upstairs to see where that pipe leads. Whack. Yeah, where is this leading out to? An old teapot. Oh, I want that. Here we go. Now we're working. The water will cool soon. No. I'm rushing. Oh God. Steam the mirror, please. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion, to reveal knowledge that the cold eye of logic sees not. Condensation from the teapot steam has revealed a hidden message. I'll add this clue to the letter. Knowing yourself, you may look upon your master, meet his imposing gaze, and seek to understand what lies beneath. Thereby, learn the question, if not the final answer. Look upon your master. Maybe a statue? So I think the dear visitor is probably intended to be Kaufman. Look upon your master, meet not only his imposing gaze, but seek to understand what lies beneath. What if, like, I know this is tangent, but, like, what if Miss Oakwood is actually part of this cult, and she's just waiting for us to, like, to solve the riddles? And that's why she didn't actually recognize Kaufman or something. She was like, I'm not Miss Oakwood. You obviously don't recognize Miss Oakwood either. And she's just playing with it, playing us. As I suspected, there is a small key taped to the back of the picture frame, and a note. I'll add this clue to the letter. The question is the world from the peak of man's tallest tower. The answer yearns up to it, from the root of life and time itself. I'm gonna need to read that again. The peak of man's tallest tower. The answer yearns up to it from the root of life and time itself. I feel like that has something to do with like the tree we saw. I'm first gonna see where this key might be of use. There goes my one-use key. Alright, checking out this attic. Spooky, as always. Oh yeah, we can see the trees. And the towers. Well, not the towers, but the sculptures. The answer yearns up to it, from the very root of life and time itself. I should check if there is something hidden near the tree. Yeah. Ooh, an unusual electric device. I'm unfamiliar with its function, but I can tell there's a piece of equipment missing. You're really good at telling that if you don't even know what this is. Strange. Have to look into that. Some kind of round mechanism I want. Oh. Flying bird. Non-flying bird. What's changed outside? Face hidden. And face hidden. Maybe I need to hide their faces, not reveal them. A shelf covered in old ornaments, pieces of metalwork, and pipes of strange shapes. And yet I don't get a single one of those pipes. What a disappointment. First you don't pick up the discarded wood, now you won't pick up strange pipes. I mean, really, who does that? I'm gonna switch this over to the tower. And check this out. It looks as though something has been concealed beneath the thick roots. Gimme. Another note and a key bound together. I'll add this clue to the letter. It is a truth our ancestors knew, and with stone silence came to unknown. This key has been engraved with the shape of a feather. Bird room time. I'm also gonna check if this has changed at all. No, it seems that just closing their faces off hasn't done anything. Well, time to go to the bird room. As one does. Hello, ma'am, don't mind me. Thought that was a person for a second. I was like, oh, there's someone here. But there's not. Just possibly birds. Birds. Inside the cage, there's a bird with a black head and orange breast. The sign reads, Pirhula, I can't pronounce that. A truth about that our ancestors knew and through stone silence came to unknow. Move it. There's a small compartment in the base of the bus. This is the easiest scavenger hunt ever. Inside this, a note. That only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal horror. Primal horror? Oh, we got the lion statue. Ooh. Inside the cage, there's a crow with black and gray feathers. The sign reads Corvus Cornix. Very cool. A corvid. This bird is black with a yellow beak. The sign on the cage reads Curtis Merla. So many scientific Latin names. The bird inside has a gray breast and brown wings. Passer domesticus. Domesticated? Probably not. I don't know what Latin means. Or I don't know words of Latin. Ooh, an embroidered cloth covers this cage. On it is written, if the birds are silent, the phrase trails off. Silent birds. What are you? The bird inside this cage has yellowish brown feathers. The sign on the cage reads Cardulus flavorotris. A delicious bird. I don't know how, I'm just gonna give up. That's right, I narrated most of these birds then gave up. I can't do all those birds, they have too many Latin names. This guy is too scientific, okay? Well, he's not. The professor is too scientific. I refuse to abide by his rules. Which is why I'm leaving. A good day. I'm going straight to that lion statue. This one has a mouth, so I'm gonna go here. Only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal horror. There's something hidden in the lion's mouth. A lever. See, what did I tell ya? Easy game, easy life. Woo. I think it has triggered some mechanism inside the manor. There's also a note in here. I'll add this clue to the letter. Let her. Will you at last know the truth? Could this be the last part of the riddle? Well, I haven't seen the basement, so I'm not done yet. Where was that sound from? Maybe this door. Nope. Still locked. Where in this spooky old manor has something changed? Not in the bird room. Not in the library. That might be a bit of a strong word to use. Not in the study. Gonna check this door. Not in this hallway. Miss Wakefield, do you know what that was? Or Mr. Oakwood, I'm Wakefield. Can't give you my identity. What a fool am I? Maybe it was the attic. Not sure. Oh, wait, no. I thought that the grave had moved. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And I was right. It doesn't make sense. That's why the grave didn't move. Now I'm just searching. When you be searching. Not the bathroom. Hey guys, wait. I saw something. That's a door now. Look, it even gave me a chime. A secret passage has opened at the end of the corridor. Nice. This looks like Professor Wright's archive. I should bring Kaufman here at once. Nice. We got in, boys. Experiments, 1885. Let us see. Have a look at this. Be careful. There's a small key inside the folder. The basement key? August 1st, 1885. Results at last. After many months of tedious observation, something has finally come from the other side. I heard the sound of footsteps exploring the proximity of the stone archway. This would seem to verify my hypothesis. Absolute horror is the key we seek. What? Why is the professor messing with this stuff? I thought he was like the occult guy. The one who's like, hey, Kaufman, I know about the supernatural. I know about the spooky stuff. And then he's like, yeah, you know, I know the spooky stuff is spooky. I know it's evil and is probably not good for, like, preventing the madness. But maybe it would be really cool if, you know, I did a little bit of the madness. If I messed a bit with the spooky. And then he did. 20th September, 1885. Now that they have proven themselves useful, I have installed 2 new devices in the outer tunnels. Uh-oh. Did something happen with my technology, or was that my phone? Nah, I think I'm good. I'm using my phone to monitor things, like, as I'm streaming. But nah, I think my phone just had a bit of a kerfuffle. Little bit of a tech problem. I've installed 2 new devices in the outer tunnels. I dare not go deeper. I have not heard it again, but I know the thing must still be down there in the dark. You kept it in your tunnels? Oh, what? Oh my goodness. Why do we trust this man for info? 12th November 1885. Containment in the underground tunnel has been breached. Redacted gone. Is he part of the SCP Foundation? What? Yeah, you know, let me just put this thing that I got from the Eldritch World in my underground tunnels. I'm sure nothing can go wrong. 15th December 1885. I have no choice but to abort the experiment. It can no longer be controlled. There is but one thing left to do. I will seal the tunnel and hope that the abomination remains forever entombed within. Yeah, so all great plans start with, I'm gonna lock this thing up and just, you know, hope that it's cool. Hope that it's okay. And you know how often it's okay? Never. It's never okay. What is this supposed to be? It seems to be a log that the professor kept during one of his experiments, almost 7 years ago. It is noteworthy that one of the entries has been redacted. But what is written in there? It cannot be true. It must be some kind of hallucination. A sign of Professor Wright's illness, maybe. Perhaps Though we should not jump to conclusions. We can conclude that the professor had another working place, underground. Perhaps that key opens the basement door. There could be a route through to this underground tunnel. Meanwhile, I will keep looking through these documents. There must be something more than the folder among this mess. Guess who's going to release a eldritch horror on the world? It's me! Yay! Piles of papers of all kinds, discarded notes, letters, and receipts, all mixed up. You know, sometimes when you just get back to the lab, after doing some grocery shopping, you just receipts in the pile. Many folders, they have no distinctive tag on them. A long series of folders with dates on them, in complete disarray. There's some kind of metallic hatch on the wall. There seems to be no handle on it. Puzzle. A set of framed silhouettes. Under each is an inscribed plaque. Mr. Strachan was a well-positioned man. He fell madly in love with the younger daughter of the Bartleys, so he proposed to her. Young Agnes fancied the idea of marrying an older man, but she always hid her feelings from her mother. Alright, so facing away from Mom. Miss Bartley never did take her eyes off her daughter and watched them at all times. Nah, she'd be facing them. This guy... I'll switch him last. Mr. Bartley tried to show support for their daughter, but his wife never paid any attention to him. I think he's supposed to be dressed nicely to show that he's being supportive, like in the wedding gown stuff. So I'm gonna keep him like that. I'm also gonna put this guy in a hat so he looks fancy for his proposal. Did that work? Yay, a compartment has opened in the wall. I know how to do puzzles. Ooh, open. Gonna open the other ones too. Because I'm not sure if they're like, some are supposed to be closed, some are supposed to be open. I'm just gonna assume they all want to be open. And that's what we're gonna want, so I'm gonna open them. All up. Cloth. Head on over to the basement. Stop outside first to open this. I just noticed I still got my matches too, so you know, double use matches, always a win. Basement was this way. Hi Miss Oakwood, I'm opening up your spooky basement, don't mind me. Yay! Ooh, it's completely dark in here. I feel a cold draft coming from the front. Matchbox. What? Oh. The fact that it got darker to my left really threw me off. What? Well, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Can I like... Oh god, no, I hate that. Why is it... Oh, that's awful. Who allowed that? That's spooky. Oh goodness. This is spooky. Like, that makes it sound like a very unconvincing reaction, but I actually am very nervous. I hate suspense, and this is... I've run out of matches. Make my way downtown. Oh god. I hate this. I'm gonna get jump scared. I'm gonna be a baby about it. Oh god, I actually really hate this. What? Wasn't expecting that, but I like that better than a jump scare. I've fallen through a hole. Where am I? The flow of air is stronger here. Yeah, it escaped. Got out. A working lantern. Now I can get out of here safely. Thank goodness. The part of the tunnel is blocked by a cave-in. The underground tunnel is not accessible from here. I should go back. Thank God we found a lantern. Thank goodness, a ladder. And a lantern. It looks like a component of some sort of machine. I want that. Maybe I can find out where to use it. Gimme. And then I'm out of here. Oh, okay, that's the end of the wall. I'm gonna open this bad boy up. It is a mechanism of some sort. Open door. Yeah, that's probably like a bad idea. We might have also just like opened up the tunnels from a different direction, so you know. Somehow this Eldritch Horror is out. It's out. We goofed. We did a bad in the terms of the SCP Foundation. I'm gonna label this a... Oh, what are the classes again? I think this would be considered a Keter. Because I think it goes Safe, Euclid, Keter. I'm gonna say this is a Keter. The old furniture has been left here to rot. And I'm on my way out. If we cannot access the tunnel mentioned in Professor Wright's log, how can we find the missing parts of his research? I must talk to Kaufman about this. It teleported me there because it knew if it hadn't, I would have solved the other puzzles first. I was able to use the key to explore the basement. There's a large hole in the floor. One side of the hole may lead to some sort of tunnel. But it was completely covered in rocks and debris, so I could not tell for sure. Covered in debris? It sounds as if the professor succeeded in blocking the entrance to this underground area. It is unfortunate for us. I've made some progress of my own, mein Freund. I think this could help us delucidate bad. That's a difficult to pronounce word. As such, I will stop trying to pronounce it. The next step in our search. Have a look. Gimme. Today, a meeting finally took place. Was he in the playwright too? You see, Mr. Wright, our organization is keenly interested in your research. Alex, we could reach an agreement to fund this project. But first, we need to know the details. I understand. The main factor is the condition of the test subject. How open he is to suggestion. As you know, only the human mind can open a physical passage to the other side. So a complete, absolute darkness will be required for the experience to result. A secluded place, completely isolated. A place that can only bring thoughts of what may be hiding in the dark. I have a perfect location in mind. But in total darkness and seclusion, how could the results of this experiment be studied or confirmed? That is precisely where your organization can provide help. Oh my goodness, he was with the cult. We can't trust anyone. And next I'm gonna find out Kaufman's in this cult. And Kaufman was just going along for the hell of it. He was like, yeah, I was helping you just for kicks. Sorry, bro. I have designed a special device that would allow me to listen from a safe distance, but I lack the means to manufacture it myself. I call it a baby monitor. That we could arrange. But there is one last thing I would like to know. How would the experience be triggered? By means of a chemical compound of some kind? Do you mean a serum? Not at all. That would be of no elegance whatsoever. Oh. The trigger is the mind itself, the emotion known as terror. Okay, so then maybe he's not connected to the playwright because in the previous game we found Devitt traveled beyond the veil using a serum. It was an injection of some kind, but it also could be it could also be that was a placebo. The primal fear that still survives in the depths of our mind from the times humans were mere beasts. That which allows us to open a physical passage beyond the veil of rational thought. Primal terror is the key that we will use to open the last door. Title drop. They did do a noise. I called it. That's gonna be the one thing I call in this game. Could this organization be the playwright? It may be, my friend. If so, then we are closer to the truth than we thought. But in this room, I have only been able to find some fragments of information. Discarded material. It looks as if the main bulk of documents were moved from this room and hidden somewhere else. The basement tunnel. That seems the most reasonable conclusion. But access to that place is lost, is it not? The entrance was sealed. There may be another access that we do not know about. If we could find and use the device that the professor mentions in his log, I believe we could shed some light on this matter. Alright, well, I'm going upstairs. Aw man, look what I've found. Ye old baby monitor. I have to add this lever in first. I think it will now work. Oh man. So all I did was I went till the left was the loudest, and then the right. I just kind of skipped through that till I found a clear sound. This sound. Do my ears deceive me? Is that a piano melody? I must seek Kaufman at once. No, let me look out the window. No! Not to state the obvious, but it sounds as if someone is still down there, playing the piano of all things. Psh, who plays the piano? Got a real scrub down there in those tunnels, playing the piano. That's just what rights do. They play pianos. Scrubs, the lot of them. But how is that even remotely possible? I do not know, but this means something important to us. It means that there is another entrance to the underground tunnel, and that we must find it. But we have run out of leads. You did not find anything of use in the archive, and Professor Wright continues to mutter incoherently about childhood memories. You must hypnotize the professor, mein lieber Freund. They keep throwing German at me, and French. I don't speak German or French. I can barely pronounce English. Sigh. We are running out of options. This might be the only way to find the answers we seek. No, let me look out the window. Look at the candle. Fix your eyes upon it. Your body is as light as a feather, and stiff as a board. That's just what it reminds me of. Everything around you fades. You are entering a dark, endless void. And moon that candle. My candle now. Ooh. Listen to my voice. Where are you? Oh, are we the... I think we're the professor now. A great number of trees surround me. The sun is setting soon. I can go north and west. Go north. I stand beside a waterfall. It is not water that falls, but mud and rock. From a great height, they fall and fall into a bottomless abyss. Behind the water, to the east lies a tunnel. To the west, I see the edge of the forest. Go east. I am in a dark tunnel. Oscar is here as well. He is upset. He yells at me. He begs me to stop. The tunnel divides into many passages. I can go north, south, and west. So I went to the tunnel because we're looking for tunnels, but I don't know where to go. I'll go west. Oh. Whoops. That was wrong. I'm gonna go back to the tunnels. I'm going to descend, so I'll go south. The passage ends here, an empty cave. A big, round hole in the wall. Behind it, I can hear the sea. Go back. Then I go north. I'm in a large open space with a piano. Something stands next to the piano. I can't see it clearly, its face. The tunnel stretches into the dark. Walk down the tunnel. It is a very small room. In the center lies a deep pit. The ladder goes down. It is so dark. Down there it lies. It waits. I will not continue. I must go back. Go down the ladder. I can hear it with me. Its breath. Dear God, I must flee. You must continue. It waits for me. It waits down there. I have gone down the ladder. I cannot see. It is pitch black, pitch dark, and I can feel its breath. It is here. It is with me. Yeah. And clap. Yay! Enough. We went too far, mein Freund. You were right. I did not think you would react this way. You did well by stopping the Trans Kaufman. I think it would be best if we leave it for today. Let us return to the inn. No! The window! I want to see the window! I want to see if the grave moved, because I opened all the faces. Reflect tonight on what we have witnessed here. Tomorrow, let's discuss the next steps in our investigation. January 1st, 1893. Knock, knock, knock. Come in. Kaufman, are you alright? Worry not, Wakefield. I'm just feeling a bit feeble. It must be all this cold and humidity. Cough, cough. Nothing serious. I'd like to know your opinion about what we heard during yesterday's session. Do you remember anything that could help us in our search? I'm gonna say the man shouting at Professor Wright. Professor Wright mentioned a man that shouted at him near the entrance to the tunnel, begging him not to continue. I cannot remember his name. It was Oscar. It was pretty simple. Very good, it was Oscar. We should attempt to find him. He may know something about Professor Wright's fears. If we can find this man, I am sure we will shed some light upon the mystery. Why don't you go to the village and try to find out something about Oscar? My apologies, but I must stay here and recover my strength. Ooh, new location. Oh, wait, I can't go back to the... They just don't want me to see that graveyard. They're like, you probably have figured out the puzzle, and now I can't get to it. Thanks, game. Still snowing. It's not snowing here where I live. I wish it was snowing. I love snow. It's great. The Fisherman's Lodge. Alright, time to find Oscar. You cannot cross the sea merely by standing. Good morning. Let me drink in peace. Are you a ship captain? Why, what do you? Does I look like a captain? Your hat. Because of the hat you're wearing. Ah, a hat don't make a Captain Townie. You can buy a hat like this at any flea market in England. Your hands. I'm assuming he has sailor hands. Because of your hands, calloused by years of knotting rope and reeling in line. Any fisherman has hands like these, drat. Your 3 earrings. Because of the 3 earrings you're wearing. You have doubled the 3 capes, is that right? Indeed I have. Good hope. Lewin and horn. Therefore I hold the right to stand before kings, and to piss against the wind. If I dies in the sea, these 3 rings will pay my wake. But no, that'll not happen now. Do you mean you will not set sail again? I love the sea more than anything. It is my passion, my freedom, and my life. But there are many things about him that we do not know. Like Cthulhu, there are far from the coast and the deep dark things we are still unprepared to behold. Believe me, those things await deep down. Have you seen any of those things? No, but you may have heard 1 or 2 of the stories the fishermen tell about things seen out there. It is not but tales for young'uns, mere superstition from men too cowardly to face the dark. Any good seaman knows that in the strong wind a stretched rope can shake and sing. I myself have mistaken such keening for the wail of a child, but there was one time One time it was nothing of the sort. Then the sea howled. It was not thunder, not a strong wave clashing with my ship, no. It was like a voice. It spoke to me in a language I cannot describe, a sound muttered by a living something, a call unlike anything I had heard before. And I understood. What did you understand? I understood there was no more freedom for me, that the sea now had other lords, and whoever they were, I did know they would not share it. No, wait, no. What happened then? As I navigated back to the shore, I lost control of my ship in a great storm. The rocks of the cliff did the rest. I do not know where the remains of my dear Augustine ended up with the passing of years and tides. I looked for them once, for many moons, but all I found was this bar and the bottom of an empty glass. I have never returned to the shore since. May she forgive me. Now leave me be. I will leave you alone to your thoughts. You have the gratitude of me and my whiskey. All that blathering worked up a right sore thirst. Okay, I need to find the man, the end of his, gotta find him pieces of his boat, probably. And this lady is dressed rather elegantly to drink here, which makes me untrustworthy of her. Also, her hair melds into the floor, so it looks like her head just kind of a stick, little thin. She only has a face, no back of her head. They don't trust me because I'm a townie. Good morning. You want a drink? What is with that man sitting in the corner? Fred, you can ignore him. He's a sad, lonely drunk. Do you know a man named Oscar? You mean Father Oscar? You can find him in the church. When he's not in here, it's right outside. Have you met Professor Wright? The professor? Sure. Saw him every other day as a young'un. Always involved in the village. He was la-di-da all right, but folk respected him. He got stuck in, didn't last though, shut himself away, started getting visitors from out of town. He stopped coming to the villages eventually. Last I heard, he'd gone crazy. None of us knows for sure though. Been years since I saw him. I will leave you to your work. Godspeed. Nice. Alright, so we got some info. Got some knowledge. Gonna go to the church. Church time. Oh. That window had a talk bubble for a second. The window was closed shut. Thanks. Hospitality. Is this a church? That looks like a church. This is the door of the church of Woodport. Let me in. It is closed. No! I wish to enter into the church. Oh, boat pieces. Some abandoned wooden planks. Perhaps they are here for the repair of local fishing boats. Give me some. No. This guy is awful. He never takes wooden planks. And you should always take free wooden planks. They might be important. An old rotting boat rests on the shore. The name Providence is written on the side. Give me the row. This guy takes nothing. Awful. Gonna look for any abandoned boat. Ooh, that's something. Yes. Okay. An old rusty bronze bell, typical of a seafaring vessel. It is engraved with the name Augustine. Mine now. Someone may be able to tell me more about it. Obviously, I'm going to give it to the guy. The old ship is completely wrecked. I'm going to give it to the guy who was like, man, I've been very sad since my boat Augustine got wrecked. Alright, so giving away. We'll give him back this bell. Here, man, here's your bell. Why, that bell is from Augustine! My Augustine! Where on earth did you find it? I found it on the beach near the shipwreck. You know, the shipwreck. Like, good job being specific. Therapist. John. His name is John. Good job being specific, John. I thought I would never see it again. I will clean it and make it shine anew. Wickport Beach, our beach. Why, I must go. I must go straight away. Oh, to be reunited with my poor Augustine. What will remain of her? No, no, I dare not go. Oh, but I must. Good day to you, sir. Oh, time to loot his stuff he leaves behind. Oh, he left nothing behind. Will you give me something nice for being a good person? I wonder if you know when will the church open. I knocked on the door, but there was no answer. Church? Let me give you some advice. Barmaids ain't the people to ask about church opening hours. This here bar is my church. My religion is alcohol, and that is nothing. Most of the village have come to see things my way too. We praise here these days. Wow, that's so pessimistic. The whole village, the whole village collectively was like, I'm fed up with church. I will drink now. The whole village has forsaken the church? But why? The town is forsaken. This town sucks. We just go to the bar now. I'm the richest person here. No work on the coast these days, see? Few can make a living. Most of the fishers and sailors have up and left. Half the cottages lie abandoned. Those who stayed, they barely leave their homes, except to come here, of course. But surely there must be more than just this. Many coastal towns face the same struggle, but none lie abandoned. Our only activities were church and bar. We don't have time for reading. We don't have time for hoop and stick. We don't have time for for chess. Do you want chess? No, not in this town. Well, there's rumors. Silly stories if you asks me, but some take 'em real serious. Fishers, big dependable guys, they'll tell you they've seen stuff out there on the water. Apparitions, shapes among the rocks. I say it's the booze talking, and I should know. I am in the ocean. I am, in fact, always seen the ocean, and there are none of those. So it's booze. But sorry, sometimes I'll ad-lib stuff, and it's not funny, but I like to pretend it's funny. Who could see anything in all that mist anyways? But fishers, they're superstitious. Folk believed the tales, and one by one, they just didn't come home no more. Okay, I know this is like the 1890s, but like imagine if you were like, okay, like imagine you were in Amityville, New York. And, like, people didn't just leave Amityville, New York forever because there was a ghost apparently supposed to be there. I mean, like, there are real bad things that happen, and we don't make ghost towns. I wonder if that really does happen, though. We need, like, we need, like, Ghost Adventurers Victorian Edition. They could go in, disprove these superstitions. No, wait, I'm shooting too high. We don't need Ghost Adventures. We need Victorian era paranormal house inspectors. Low budget, terrible editing, bad premise. It's perfect. Can you tell me about Captain Morvel? How did we learn about this guy? I don't know about this guy. Does he come here often? Oh, that's Fred. Fred, he's a regular. A sad, lonely drunk. Oh. It, like, had a different... It wasn't, like, the guy in the corner. It gave him a real name, and that threw me off. Well, I'm gonna go check on Fred. Maybe Fred has found church now that... maybe Fred has found church now that he, like... Talk to me. No. Maybe now that I found him info. My question is, like... Okay, yeah, people don't pray at the church, but, like... That doesn't mean you don't know the hours. Sorry, my throat's, like... getting... used. I'm going to drink some water. But, like, you can still know the hours that a place is open and closed, even if you don't go to church or don't believe in it. That's my water bottle probably opening up in the sound. Like, I get it, it's an adventure game, I gotta find out the info myself, but, like, sometimes the premises, I'm like, is this how the olden days were like? Or am I just getting fed convenient lies so that I can keep going? Hey, Fred. Neither the cracks in your hull nor your flaking paint, none of it matters. You are beautiful as ever, Augustine. Today we will watch the sunset together, okay? Good sir, I cannot put into words what a great service you have rendered this drunken knave. Just as you are a stranger, have brought me to my lost treasure, may this old sailor's spyglass, in whatever way it can, help light the way to yours. Take it. It is a gift from the heart. Nice. Telescope time, boys. I'm gonna look at that tree. Let me look at that tree. It knows what I'm playing at. Yeah, I'm wondering what else I can do now. Can I go this way? No. Alright. Let me in. Let me in. Alright, I'm gonna try to do something pretty creepy, but I'm gonna use... I'll stand behind the tree as I do this. I'm gonna try to use the telescope to see inside this house, to see if I can see who it is. Nope. Okay, I've avoided being a peeping Tom. But this window, and the person inside still denies me. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what else I can do in this village. Maybe I need to go back to the inn. Kaufman, I need intel. How are you feeling? I am feeling alright, mein Freund. Cough. Just a bit tired. Father Oscar, I've discovered the identity of the man we seek. Oscar is the priest of Wicksport Parish. The church door is closed. My dear Wakefield, what advice can I offer? A church would not remain closed all day. If you must wait, then do so, and in the meantime talk to the villagers. Perhaps they will reveal something useful about the professor. Cough. I will let you rest. Thank you, mein Freund. I'm letting him rest. What's the point of this if I just don't know what the point of the spyglass is yet. Find out eventually. Okay. So maybe there's someone I gotta talk to again or something I gotta look at. You are not helping me. Those sailors hate me. Gonna pictures, sports. Alright. So nothing here seems helpful. I already looked at that sign. People have for some reason locked their buildings, like, oh, what? Yeah, legitimately, I don't know how I got it that time, but I guess I stuck the window. I'm sorry, I did not mean to. You are not from these parts, are you? No, I'm just passing through. Are you alright? Yes? Could you do me a favor? For a long time, I've wanted to visit the tomb of my lover, but I cannot leave the house due to my illness. That doesn't mean you're alright. In fact, that's kind of like the opposite of alright. Could you please leave these flowers there? No one in the village will do this service for me. Just be absolutely brutal. Be like, no, everyone in this village plus me can do it. Alright, where is that place? Oh, you could not know how grateful I am. You are a good, kind person. Thanks. You can go to the graveyard through the path right there. The name you need to look for is Carter. Oh. Woo! Graveyard time! Yay! Oh, why were you spying on me? Oh, do not put it like that. It sounds so terrible. I just watch folk passing by. I cannot leave the house, so I spend my days at the window. It is awful interesting. You learn a lot about people this way, you know? Really? What can you tell me about myself? I've only observed you for a while, but I can tell you are on an important mission, looking for someone dear. There is a worry over your shoulders, and a long way ahead of you. Well, that was remarkable. I'm frankly astonished. Let me see, what can you tell me about the barmaid? Ava is a woman with a strong character. Once I saw her kick out a group of drunk sailors from the pub without a doubt. She's in a bad mood lately because business is not what it used to be. She will not leave the village, though, as did others. Let's see, what can you tell me about Captain Morville? Poor Fred is always drunk. In the old times when he was not sailing, he had long walks on the beach and looked happy. But now, rare is the occasion when he gives a quick glance at the coast. He has lost all hope. Not anymore. Guess who fixed that? It was a boat. And me by extension. What can you tell me about Father Oscar? He is a man who lost his purpose. I see him walking aimlessly in the morning and evening, nervous and doubtful. Nice. I should go. Thanks for everything, and have a good day. Time to deliver some flowers. this person get these flowers? Like, if they can't leave the house, I wonder if, like, they're really a ghost. Like, this isn't a lover's grave. This is their own grave. Oh. Oh god, let me just... Bury my body with the salted driftwood, with the green seaweeds and the worn-out ropes, where I can feel the cold autumn breeze. Farewell to those of you that walk beside my grave. Here I lie, my name written on the stone under the sun. Nanette. Do not bring flowers to this place, for rum is all I crave. Now I rest under the same stars I sailed by when alive. These are nice. Oh. There's no name, death, date, or epitaph on this gravestone. Oh, let me first drop off the flowers. Dots. Oh, the bells of the church. It seems the priest is calling mass. First I want to walk over to the right. There's more room, and I'm gonna go explore. Ooh, look, a tree. A windswept old gnarly tree is clinging onto the cliff with what roots remain. Someday it will fall into the ocean below. That would look so cool. Like, imagine just windy day and you see a tree flying out there. Hello, sir. Sharp rocks peek out from beneath the waves. These must be treacherous waters to sail. Good morning. I am Dr. Wakefield. You come from the town, don't you? You needn't answer. I know by your accent. Be careful around these cliffs. This is no place for tourists. It's hardly a place for anyone now. Like snort. Snort. You best be on your way now. Way back. Strange things have been happening here. What do you mean? Seamen and fishermen alike swear to have heard voices in the rising tide. Inhuman screams, some of them say. And there are some who claim to have witnessed ungodly things in the dead of night. I once saw a ghastly thing crawling out amongst the rocks. Screams? People have heard screams coming from the sea. Bloody drunks. They say the sea howls at them, as if that was something new. What do you see in the rocks? That thing, the one you saw in the rocks, can you tell me more about it? Late night it was. Me and my boat. Fishing. That's when I gets the best catch. Then I saw it. Not under the water, as the others say. It was on a rock, perched there, like it was smelling for something. The shape of it, like nothing I ever saw before. Not walking on the earth, or swimming in the sea. The thing was big and hunched over, like a crouching man. The way it moved, it made my flesh crawl. Whatever it was, the mist itself was its ally, hiding it from my bare eyes, and in the end, disappearing away together. I swear, should I see that horror again, I will take my most vicious harpoon and thrust it so deep in its wretched body that they will have to bury them together. So what are you doing up here? I come here when I can, to just watch the shore, just in case that thing comes back. The mist down there is just too thick. I can see better from here, even if my eyes are not what they used to be. Damn it, if I could somehow regain my one sharp eyesight again, by God, I would impale that abomination for sure. Take my telescope. Here, will this help you watch the shore? Why, it is old to be sure, but this telescope has been patched up to a rare beauty. You have my thanks, stranger. I am indebted. Oh, what is that? On the cliff there, well, blow me, but if it isn't the Wright's old summer house. I thought it was entirely destroyed. What a coincidence! It looks like you can get there using the old cliff path. Excuse me, did you say the Wright's summer house? Ooh. Well, yes, I never saw it myself. I was too young at the time. But everyone around here knows the story well. It was a terrible tragedy, you see. One night, there was a landslide just beneath the house. Most of the building fell sheer into the sea, leaving only yonder ruins. Many died, though by a miracle young Master Wright was spared. You can see it here, from here. Look, right there on the other side of the beach. Do you see it? Yeah, I see it. Look at this added to my map. Nice. I wonder if you found any other info. I will not waver in my determination to destroy that thing. Not while this old body of mine endures. Cool. Good luck with that. While you deal with one eldritch horror, I'm going to stop many eldritch horrors. Or die trying. Yay! Alright. Go to church. Tell the person I delivered their flowers. All will be good. All will be good. As soon as I do that. Probably. Hey, Windows person. I've left the flowers on your lover's grave, as you asked. Thank you so much. I am in your debt. Oh, you're in my debt. Here. I'm gonna put the cloth on you like a bird. Church time. Let the churches open. Father, please. I'll be in the confessional. A confessional, so Wickport serves a Catholic congregation. Good morning. Good morning, my son. Don't call me son, you're not my dad. What is the matter, father? What is the matter, father? What has happened to your parishioners? The village has seen bleak times. Many have left, and the rest have lost their faith. Every day I ring the bells, but no one answers. May God have mercy on their souls. Why do you suppose that is? I cannot say. The mist that shrouds this coast and the shapes that swirl within have long been a source of hearsay. But lately, the stories people tell are not of pirates and smugglers, but something more sinister. Some say the devil himself has come to our shore. It is a rumor I dare not disregard. Are you personally acquainted with Professor Wright? Why, yes, of course. Adam was, rather, if not merely a parishioner, but one of my closest friends. Oh, rather is. Since our youth we enjoyed many scholarly but sometimes quite fervent discussions, he being an anthropologist and myself a theologian. That is, until he fell ill. But since he is like that, I have not visited him. Oh, that's it. Bye. Thanks for the help. Wait a moment, please. I need to ask for a small favor. Please give this to Adam. I don't know if it will mean anything to him now, but it will bring peace to my soul if there is some token of our friendship resting by his side. Well, that's nice. Yes, I can go back to the house. I can see if the grave is moved. A humble altar made of unadorned marble. The neglected and decaying cross reflects the faith of the villagers all too well. Oof. Rip. Imagine having a metaphor in your church. Also, I like that they the character's like, yes, I am pointing out this is a metaphor. Be aware. Huh. I wonder if, oh, here we go. Would you happen to know a man named Oscar? Yes, of course. Oscar is the priest of Wicksport's parish. You can find the church right there in front of my home. He is a man who has lost his purpose. Wait, I've already seen that. Huh. Like, sometimes it highlights it as though it's text I haven't seen yet. But I have clearly seen it. Oh, maybe if I talk to Ava, she'll acknowledge I've seen something new. Can't move any faster. Nah, it's not. Nothing important there. Alright. I'm gonna go to Cliff first, because I might find something doubly important. These rocks look like the remains of a landslide. People get older. You know that song. I can't sing it, just in case. The roots of this venerable tree tightly grip the rocks that anchor it against the harsh winds. Going inside. Alright. Checking out that fireplace. Ooh. There's a peculiar indentation in the stone. Gonna have to put something there. Perhaps. Landscape shows the house as it was before the landslide ruined it. An empty wardrobe. Its wood is rotted from long exposure to the sea air. Maybe I don't have what I need yet for that. Well, this was bust. I'm gonna go to the manor now. So, manor time. The main door is closed from the inside. No, they locked me out. Good luck keeping me out. I'm gonna go. Oh, the back door is unlocked though. I'm gonna check out the graveyard. Yes. Item. The clay vessel held by the statue is now broken into many pieces. There is an object among them. It must have been hidden inside. Gimme. I've waited so long for this. It looks like a compass. It must be broken since it does not point north. Spooky. Alright, so I'm gonna go inside and see, I don't know, probably that the dude, oh, the compass moves. Interesting. That is very interesting. I love that. I'm going that way. I don't know if this is diegetic or non-diegetic music. Like, is this music really playing? Oh, no, that's spooky. Yeah, something bad definitely happened. Like, spooky piano's playing. Dude's gonna be dead. The door is locked with a key. Yeah. Miss Oakwood probably killed him. I'm gonna check out the study. fire's out? How did this happen? Head towards the bird room. No, the birds seem okay. Loud. Huh. Oh man, wait, quiet random birds? I'll keep that inside. It's probably important for later. Or did the... If the birds fall silent. So... There's probably a bird specific I need to be quiet. I'm not sure if that's important yet or later. But definitely suspicious. Especially since I can't find this oak wood. Oh, oops. Trying to see if there was like a book that would mention a bird, and nah, it just gave me all that reading again. Oh yeah, this is open now. A cage covered with an embroidered cloth. The end of a phrase is written on it. A visitor will call. Okay, I want this cloth now. There's no bird inside. A coat stand. A simple wooden wardrobe. There is nothing of interest here. There's a closed chest here. There's a key inside. Yep, I'm assuming this is the key to the professor's room. We're gonna go up, and that piano stopped. I don't like that. Yeah. Yikes. You know, comforting. Let me in. Let me in. Professor Wright is not here. Yeah, I think it was Miss Oakwood did this. Wait. There's an open book on the floor. The Book of Birds is a compilation of legends related to birds. Some of the text has been marked. The birds were traveling to meet their king when they reached a crossroads. The wretched crow tried to lead them astray and onto the path amiss. Many birds followed him and were lost forever beyond that veil. Only the wisdom of the crested hoopoe and the prudence of the red-feathered robin could lead the remaining 28 back onto the path of righteousness. Ever since, the birds have sung their praise, for without the hoopoe and the robin, silence would have fallen forever. Okay, so we need to figure out which ones are those birds and quiet them down. Well, rip Professor. There's no way any good is gonna happen to him. So there's no use even pretending like, oh, maybe we'll find him okay. No, it's too late for the dude. All we can do now is solve his 39 clues-esque mystery. And as soon as I find out which of these birds is which. I also don't know what a hoopoe is. I'm not sure what birds are. Bird with red feathers. Okay, robin. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna look for whichever one looks closest to the name while discounting the corded. Oh. Yikes, so none of these have the name, so I'm just gonna go one by one. Nope. One by one and try out all these birds, because I don't know what birds are. All the birds have suddenly stopped their chittering. Guess and check, my friends, guess and check. Oh god, no, I don't like that. It sounds as if there's someone at the door. The door has been opened. A great visitor. Just walks right in to give me a jump scare. Jump scare time, friends. I bet. Hello? I could leave. No, I gotta find this visitor. Hello, visitor? Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm coming into the room. Oh god, he's dead. Oh god, Mr. Wright. The poor man. It looks as if his heart gave out on him. His eyes, my god, they are fixed with an expression of utmost terror. Let me see. His fists are clenched. He is holding on to something. It is some kind of stone figurine. He's holding it tightly, as if he were protecting it from someone. The figure is beautifully carved, but it appears to be but one half of a larger artifact. Here's your picture. No, let me give him the picture. What has happened to him? I have seen death before, but never has a body left me so ill at ease. I am trembling. Let me give him the picture. Oh. Yeah, not even gonna let me give it to him. Like, oh yeah, sir, I know you wanted me to give him a picture before he died, but that ain't gonna happen now. An old wardrobe. A cheerful scene that would have lifted my heart on any other day. It stands in stark contrast to the tragedy that has befallen this house. There's a serious. I must break. Oh, I thought it said I must not, and I was like, what? I must break the news to Kaufman, and of course the local authorities will have to be informed. Yeah, how do you break the news to them? Like, yes, I found this man dead, and I also took something from him. Kaufman? What is the matter, Kaufman? Do not worry, I have given him a mild sedative. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Armitage. The innkeeper called me because he was worried about your friend. Yeah, you're just gonna accept that. Of course. You find a man murdered, you're just gonna accept this. Pleased to meet you. I am Dr. Wakefield. What are Kaufman's symptoms? Strong coughing, general feebleness, dizziness. It is too soon yet for a diagnosis. It could be a simple cold, but the sudden onset and severity of his symptoms is certainly a concern. He must be monitored for the next few hours at least. Do not worry, Dr. Wakefield. I will remain here and take care of your friend. Doctor, this is far from my specialty, but do you think it could be something more serious? It is too soon to know. Let us wait and see how his condition develops. I must leave. Yep, you're just gonna leave him with a stranger. That's smart. You're such a smart person. Absolute genius right there. Oh, window person's gone. I'm not gonna answer. Oh. And can't see Oscar. I want to tell Oscar though, like, oh, sorry Oscar, but he's dead. Couldn't deliver that picture. Couldn't even leave it with him as like a, oh, he would have wanted you to have this. Nope. Just not even gonna let him know. Alright. I feel like maybe the item I'm looking for is here at the graveyard. Let's just... yeah. The compass points to this grave? I knew it. There's something buried here. Gimme. An engraved stone. It seems to be only one half of a larger statuette. Also, I guess I'm a bit confused about how the bird puzzle was supposed to work if the dude wasn't murdered. Like, I don't know. Joined together, the two pieces form an intricately carved figurine or idol. It is ancient, without a doubt. Well, time to stick this into your old fireplace. Cliff. Looks like a frog in my bag. Time to put the false idol in the counter. Nice. It has triggered some secret mechanism. There's a passage behind the fireplace. It seems to lead into the cliff. No. There must be an entrance to the underground tunnel. I must go on. There's a note on the floor. I want that note. Whatever you find down here, do not stop. Well, I'm gonna keep moving then. I'm gonna just keep on keeping on. With the slowest walk ever. Oh. This is like a maze puzzle, but I don't know what the maze is. Oh. A hole that sounds like it's screaming. The hole goes deep into the wall of the cave. Yep, that's not good. Just gonna leave that. And we're gonna go in the other direction. Man, I wish Kaufman was here. You kind of would want two people if you're going into a possibly deadly cave. It is some viscous substance. It could be some kind of fungus or maybe the decomposed remains of an animal. What animal decomposes like that and doesn't leave bones? Maybe think something with an exoskeleton? Maybe something with an exoskeleton. Part of the cave is blocked by a cave-in. Okay, that connects back into probably the tunnels we saw back at the house. Step in. And water. Which direction did I come from again? I don't know. I'm so bad at it. Space. Ooh, that looks like a person. These are human remains. The flesh is gone, but the bones look undisturbed. How long have they lain here? Why on earth did Professor Wright not alert the authorities? I must press on. What possible research could have led to this? Is that piano? Let's check out this side, I guess. Yeah, this seems like the right direction. I can move fast. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. Uh-oh, that was a bad note. It must be angry. I'm disturbing its piano lessons. There's a strange metal device hanging from the ceiling. Piano. There's a grand piano placed in the middle of the room. Piano. Alright, I might have spooked something away from the piano. Oh no, there's more doors and slow walking. Alright, let's try door number 1. Oh god. I hope this isn't like a Lost Woods-esque puzzle where I need to find which one sounds louder. There's a strange device hanging from the ceiling. Just because they already used that sort of puzzle, like the sound-based puzzles. Sound-based puzzles are a bit difficult for me. Ooh, I don't like that. It's a small passage. A small passage goes into the brick wall. It is too thin to pass through. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that. Thanks. Not gonna lie, this is cutting it close to when I have to leave for work. I was not expecting that. Footsteps. So, what is this place? String? Ooh, I think that's a note. A strange machine. It does not seem to be working anymore. I can't tell what that machine is. Oh, a note? There's a note on the floor. Who is gone will be back not the same, but somehow changed, because that which lurks beyond the door waits, and no one that has crossed through can hope to escape its blessing. Blessing. I must tell Kaufman about all this. I'm just gonna look a bit more. These clothes are torn down to unrecognizable shreds. There's a tag in here with 2 initials, H.A. Wonder who H.A. is. There's a large archway carved on the stone wall of the cave. Well, I'm out of here. And I'll leave this place. That didn't sound good. What was that? It's gonna make me go back. Go back and see. Part of the wall's stone seem to have dislodged from it. Maybe behind a large dark hole. Yeah, no, you don't want to look at it. I hear bad noises. Oh! That's not where I expected it to come from. Yay, we unleash the Eldritch Abomination. The adventure continues in episode 3, which we will be looking at a different day because I have work soon. But thank you all for watching, and see you next time.